I live in Atlanta. Georgia peaches are everywhere. And I'm not talking about the kind that grow on trees. I guarantee you there are some peaches in your city as well. But do you know what one of the biggest challenges is for women in Atlanta, Washington, D.C., and other cities around the country? They're doing really well in their careers and financially, but they feel like the guys aren't checking for them. You're missing out, bruh. If you haven't figured this out, stay tuned. We're breaking this down today. If you get this, this is like stealing from the candy jar when everyone is looking. Here's what we're going to touch on: hanging out in professional settings, driving for upward mobility, networking with execs, not to be cliche, getting comfortable in uncomfortable situations, and managing what you have incredibly well, and finally, don't be intimidated. Before we get into the breakdown, this bit of information is important to understand. Intelligent, successful women are struggling with dating. That's crazy, right? But it's true. Urban cities in America, the UK, South Africa, and other countries have women that are doing quite well for themselves. There are lots of women doing amazing work, making money, taking care of themselves, and that would love to date and marry amazing dudes just like you. But there's a problem. Some call it the love gap. We're going to do an entire video on that phenomenon later, but let me explain what it is. There was a study done in 2015 that found men say they want intelligent, successful women, but when they're positioned with the opportunity to meet someone smarter and or more successful, they wouldn't approach those women. It's interesting because if you ask most men, we'll tell you we want a smart, successful woman, but we really don't. Herein lies the rub. It sounds good to say you want a dope woman, but in reality, your masculinity is threatened. One real estate broker put it this way. He was asked if he would be intimidated to date the quintessential accomplished woman. And my man responded, I want her to be smart and successful, but not as smart and successful as I am. He was intimidated, even though we often claim we want beautiful, intelligent, and successful women. All lies. Let's keep going. You, sir, are the winner in this scenario. His misfortune is your gold mine. This brings me back to dating women who are smart, sexy, and successful, even more so than you are. They will want you. They will be interested. You have to show that you're confident and secure in who you are, what you want, and how you'll lead. Because yes, even though she's successful, she will expect you to lead. When you master confidence at this level, you can date any woman with any title, regardless of position, how much money she makes, or what company she leads. Here's how. Hang out in professional settings. So I want you to do this. Find events that are somewhat related to what you do. For example, if you're a construction worker, maybe you want to learn more about the business. Find events that construction companies hold. If you're an entrepreneur, find out where other entrepreneurs who are gaining traction hang out. Cities like New York, San Francisco, Atlanta, and Austin, Texas all have entrepreneur events around specific types of work like tech or marketing or advertising. You can be working for a company in food service, but you want to learn more about tech or marketing and attend those events. It's not just to meet people, but it's also about leveling up your knowledge base. The more you know, the more marketable your skill set is, and ultimately it puts you in the room with some amazing people, and for that matter, amazing, single, successful women. Drive for upward mobility. Let me tell you something, bruh. What you're doing now has no bearing on what you'll be doing in 5 years. Where do you want to go? What would you like to do? Start to make a plan on how you're going to move your skill set and your abilities up to the next level. Women love a man with an appetite for his passion. It shows he's going somewhere. He's not stagnant. It's a signal that you're capable of making plans, and those plans can include her. When you meet your six-figure queen and you're still at your entry-level job, but you're making moves and it shows that you have a game plan, she's going to be a lot more receptive than you might think. Network with executives. Depending on your role or position within a company, this can be a challenge, but it's not insurmountable. When you decide where you want to go, you want to learn from people that have been there. Networking is the best way to meet people who you can connect with. You want to find people who are open to speaking with you and getting to know you. And I'm also going to let you in on a little secret. Don't tell anyone. There's lots of women who are single executives who would love to meet a confident man who's not intimidated by her paycheck or her position. They're out there. You just have to do a little work. It pains me to say this one. Don't be cliche. So I mentioned here before that I played more basketball than I could probably articulate. That said, I never told anyone my plan was to go pro. I actually worked in the music industry for real labels and producers and publishing companies. So if I told a woman I was in the music business, guess what? I could show her my pay stub. If you're an aspiring actor, you can say that, but you need to have a game plan. So I'm sharing all of this to communicate, don't be the cliche dude that's playing Madden all day with the home studio, talking about he's working on getting the record deal. If you're serious and clearing a path, do that. But if you aren't, don't even tell her that. Don't try to impress her with your lofty goals and no plan and no movement towards success. That feels so cliche to a woman who is doing what it takes to be successful. And you're out here floating carefree with no plan or movement toward the prize. Don't even bring this to the table if it isn't already in motion. Get comfortable in uncomfortable situations. Okay, so you get her number. You're dating now and everything's good. She's feeling you and it doesn't matter if she makes 2 or 3 times what you make. The relationship is on point. Then she gets the call to go to the office formal function and she wants you to come. What do you say? How and when do you engage? I mentioned earlier networking, right? You want to learn how to have an authentic conversation with anyone. In America, everyone's first question is, hey Jay, what do you do? Whatever you do, you should be proud of. You're contributing to society and growing in the process. Be comfortable about talking about current events and learning a bit about her business and learning the names of her coworkers. When she sees that you're comfortable in uncomfortable situations, she's going to be even more fascinated with you. Manage what you have well. So check this out. A woman who makes $150K and she's considering dating a man that makes $40K is often going to be less concerned with what you make versus how you manage it. She's thinking ahead. How is he going to manage our finances? Even if you don't decide to manage finances as one after marriage, she's going to appreciate a man who manages what he has well, because ultimately there will be decisions that you have to make and she wants to be able to trust your financial acumen. Take some financial classes or do whatever's necessary to learn how to best manage what you have. I think it was Biggie who said, number 6 could be number 1 to me. In this case, it's number 6. I think in Biggie's case, it might have been number 10. Don't be intimidated. This is the last point, but could have easily been the first point. Smart, successful women still want masculine, kind men to develop relationships with. Often, men are intimidated because of their own insecurities. Man, she makes more than me. She's doing better than I am. I mean, our house is bigger. Whatever, dude. None of that really matters when you find the woman that's right for you. You want to find the compatibility in your lives, in being able to have your lives mesh. But that also includes your personalities. You can't be intimidated by her. If anything, she should have reverence and respect for you, and you in turn should love and cherish her. Those men out there who don't see this video and they're intimidated, man, they're missing out. You don't need to be intimidated. Fight the urge and be your strong, amazing, charismatic self. If you're not intimidated, she'll know you can hold her down, which at the end of the day is what she really wants. Dating above your pay grade takes confidence. It's not for the faint of heart, but you can find beautiful, refined diamonds that just want a man to love, honor, and respect them. Once you get out of your own way, you'll simply realize that most women simply want to be loved and treated well. The title, money, and success are all nice, but they're nothing if you don't have the person you want to share them with. My man, if you can date above your pay grade, you're the perfect example of charisma being one's superpower.